Hi YouTube, today we are doing the authortube tag started by Jenna the Dark One, and I will link her channel down below. But first let me introduce myself. My name is Grayson, you're on Grayson's Bookmark. I am 21 and I'm currently in college and have just finished the first draft of my novel. That video will be posted soon. Let's get started. Question 1. How did you find out about authortube? I stumbled into authortube through wanting writing advice and finding it in Alexa Dunn and Shaylin Wrights and Kate Kavanaugh, and then I started watching other vloggy authortube channels like author Sarah Sutton and Sarah LeBrat, and it came a point where I wanted to do my own. Question 2. What genres do you write in? That's a tough question. I really like magic systems and fantasy elements, but they can be very tricky, so the draft I've just finished is a contemporary romance. Question 3. What is your preferred writing tense, POV, and category of story? When I was younger, I gravitated towards first-person present tense, but as I've been writing more short form, like short fiction and flash fiction, I commonly write in third-person past. I feel the most comfortable writing in YA because that's most of what I read and I know the format and flow of those books, but I would not be opposed to writing a new adult or an adult book as my writing develops. That's not to say YA is easy mode or beginner, it's just what I'm used to at the moment. Question 4. Are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? Plotter all the way. I take like a month to plot things. I find my outline very helpful for me to follow. The longer piece of writing, the more outline I need. But I'm not opposed to trying to pant something in the future. Let me know what type of writer you are in the comments below. Do you need a heavy outline or do you jump straight in, or both? Question 5. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I would like to pursue traditional publishing in the future, but I find watching videos on authortube can easily sway me. For a while I was watching Alexa Dunn exclusively and I was like, yes, I need a traditional published, this is the way. And then I was watching author Sarah Sutton and I was like, yes, self-publishing, I need to do this way. I want to give traditional publishing a shot at least. So we'll see how that goes. Question 6. What is your dream publishing house and literary agent? For me, I find it's easier to focus on my writing at the moment and not to place certain agents or publishing houses on a pedestal. Obviously, the big four are something to strive for, but with authors getting smaller and smaller advances these days and so many more mid-list authors, I would most like to join a publishing house that has a decent mid-list that treats their authors fairly. Question 7. What authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? I expect to be making progress videos that document my writing journey. I'm going to make writing updates and vlogs, talk about the books I'm reading, books I really like, books I really don't like, book TBRs, book DNFs, maybe some aesthetic videos, could even do some art projects. Most, I'm hoping to share my writing process, and I hope you'll stick around with me. Question 8. When did you start writing? In terms of fiction, I started a book when I was 11 and a half in the 6th grade. It had lots of magic and it used my friends' names. They lived in my town. One was definitely a self-insert. So that when I was 11. I would say I really began seriously writing, dedicating myself to creative writing was college. I had an intro to fiction class and I was required to turn in creative writing pages as part of my grade. I took the intermediate one after that, so college is when I started to take it seriously. Question 9. What was the first story you ever wrote? So as I mentioned, I tried writing a book when I was 11 and a half, and I kept that story with me. I kept trying to write it, carry along the plot, update it, bring it up to my writing style. I abandoned it when I was 18 because I realized it wasn't working. But the first story I can remember writing was part of a 5th grade class project, and we had to write animal stories. Mine was about a bat, and it was called Lights Out. I thought it was a very nice pun, and I totally copied the illustration for the front cover. I think I have a magnet from it, so let me go find that. Couldn't find the book, but I did find the magnet. Question 10. What authors have inspired your writing the most? I would say other authortubers who are writing their drafts, getting publishing contracts and editing them and revising them. Their success inspires me. In terms of published authors, certainly Victoria Schwab's writing style really appeals to me. I really like the grit and darkness in her novels. Like, I wish I could have Victoria Schwab's life. Chilling in the French countryside, writing books all day, as she says, making stuff up for a living. I also like Neil Gaiman and Virginia Woolf. Question 11. Do you schedule your writing or write whenever you have the time? I don't have a specific routine, but I find that if I don't focus on my writing for, let's say, a week goes by and I'm not continuing the current draft, I'm not outlining anymore, then I start to lose interest and it stops being inspiring to me and I stop inventing that story. I write at least a few times a week, but right now we're in break because I have just finished a draft and I need to refill my creative well. If there's a writing live stream though, I will join it and I will write in it. They are very motivating for me, and sometimes when I want to write there isn't a writing sprint going on AuthorTube, so I would like to host my own soon. Question 12, we're almost done. How do you write? On a laptop, typewriter? Does anyone use a typewriter? Or handwritten? So mostly on my laptop. Specifically, I use Google Docs for outlining and Scrivener for drafting. When I'm stuck on a plot point or need inspiration, I tend to handwrite. For some reason, it just fixes in my mind where the story is going. Maybe it's just the act of switching mediums, but it's easier for me to work out issues if I write them down. I use this notebook or this notebook. Thank you for making it this far. Number 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you're on AuthorTube? I feel like everyone says community, but that's how I feel too. I'm looking forward to connecting with other authors and feeling more involved now that I'm making videos myself. I'm looking forward to sharing my writing process and documenting the growth of my writing. And yeah, those are all the questions. Again, the tag was started by Jenna the Dark One on YouTube. Her channel will be linked. Thank you for watching. Let me know when you join the AuthorTube community or if you're just a lurker like I was. And if you are an AuthorTuber, do you have any advice for me? It would be greatly appreciated. I am new at this, but it's gonna be good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.